Hey everybody, I just want to welcome you to my first portfolio update. I'm just going to go through my whole profile and show you every position that I'm in and then my earnings over the last day, week, month, 3 months, year to date, 1 year all time. Alright, so this is more of like a progress check for me and to see where I'm going at in the future, and then everything that you guys might be able to emulate or copy, but obviously this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor, so just take everything with a grain of salt. But you can see what I'm doing, and maybe if you want to do the same, you could jump in the same positions that I'm in. All right, so my 1 day so far, obviously the market's not even open yet. It's only 6:28 on the West Coast over here, so it'll open up in 2 minutes. So we're still pre-market. Our 1 week, we are down, looks like 3.79%, $5,000, which is not good, but the month, we're up a lot, 11,000, which is good. 3 months, we're up 35,000, so it's really good. Year to date, we are up 34,000. So my goal with the year to date is just to always beat the S&P 500. So if we go look in SPY's year to date is only 20%, which 20% is really good, right? But if I'm beating that by almost 20% myself, that's pretty good. And that's a good year, and I'll always take that. I think everybody's goal should be to beat the SPY, and if you're not beating the SPY, then you should probably join the SPY. 1 year, 38%, almost 39%. All time, we're at 32%. All right, so here's some of the options that I'm in currently. This Palantir one that I'm down 1530 right now, that's going to go positive because obviously it's 44.5, and Palantir just had earnings yesterday and has jumped up like crazy. So we'll actually see what that goes up to in a minute. I'm in NVIDIA 140 call. I just sold that because I got put the shares at 140. So if we go to NVIDIA, currently I have 1,000 shares, but I just got put last week, I think on Friday. Yep, at 140. So I just sold a 140 call for next week and collected $350. Currently that's down 25. Looks like the market just opened, and there goes my Palantir shares going up like crazy. Now we're plus 22.90 on them. We might buy those back soon as it continues to come down. We will see. But anyways, my NVIDIA 140 call, like I said, I collected $350. It's currently down, but if I get signed, I made the premium for selling the put. I made the premium for selling the call, so I'm up on the position no matter what, even if it gets called away again. Like I said, my Palantir just jumped up because of earnings. I was down, as we all saw, and now I'm up 23.70. So once the bid and ask settles down, I will then probably close this position out either this week or just let it expire, but we'll see. ELF 125 call. So I bought this company at $110. It's at $105 now. I sold this 125 call. So for next week, this is probably going to expire worthless. So I'm just waiting for it to come down in premium to either buy it back or just going to let it expire worthless. This NVIDIA call. So originally I bought NVIDIA at 115, and then I got put the other shares at 140. But I originally bought it at 115, and I sold this one for 128. But obviously NVIDIA has climbed a lot more than anticipated. So this expiration's in December. But again, like I said, NVIDIA has climbed a lot more than I anticipated. So therefore, it looks like I'm going to have to either try and roll this as we get closer to the expiration or just let it get called away at 128, depending on where NVIDIA is at in December. Coinbase, I didn't really want this company, but there was really good premiums at the time. So I went ahead and sold puts on it. I got assigned at 220 something. Let me see. I don't remember what time, but when I got assigned at it. At 2:30. So I got assigned at 2:30. I've done some rolling on some positions. And now I'm just waiting for it to get assigned. Right now I have the 220 for December as well, but I don't know if Coinbase will reach that. It got close a few weeks ago, actually, until they had earnings, and now it's fallen down a lot and looks like it might run back up, but we'll see. I mean, time will tell, right? So that one expires in December. Right now it's down, even though Coinbase is pretty far from it, but there's still a lot of time remaining on the contract, so Theta hasn't been eating away at it yet. Hopefully soon, so I can start getting the positive on that, even as it gets closer. So those are my positions, NVIDIA, ELF, and Coin right now. I do have 18,000 in buying power to use. I use margin. So I am using margin, but I also try to sell puts on margin, because technically if you're selling puts on margin, they're not charging you interest on the collateral. So it's basically free margin if you use it that way. But I have a pretty good buffer anyway, so I'm not worried. I'm usually safe with margin. I've had my margin calls in the past. I've kind of learned my lesson, so now I'm kind of more conservative. I like that they use this realized profit and loss. It's pretty nice to look at, but unfortunately it doesn't have like all your trades on here. So year to date, my realized profit and loss is 26,000. And you can see all my trades on here. This GME one, like I said, they don't show everything because it says I was closed at 22, 26. That's not true. I got called away at $20. Yes, I got credited to 26, but they don't even show. Like if you scroll through here, they don't even show my GME $20 call that I sold. So if we go back up here to GME, review GME. Obviously, don't buy GameStop. I wouldn't recommend GameStop. Like, I got into the premium traps. The premium was really good. I mean, the premium price still is really good, but it's not a company that I would like to really own. That's why I was fine. Not really making a huge profit on it. Let's see. So yeah, so I was called away, like I said, at $20, but it doesn't even show. So August 28th, I sold this $20 call for October 18th for $9,000, right? Like I said, August 28th. But in this realized profit and loss, August 28th, we go down here, and where's my GME call that I sold for $20? So it's like missing some plays that you make on here for whatever reason, because I should have technically, that would be realized $9,720 on here, which technically I wouldn't have lost, the 6,000. So I don't know. I don't know how it's calculated. I don't know if that's really accurate. I have another separate tracker that I track all my trades on to get an accurate amount that I'm making per month on everything. So I have that for options, and then I have a wheel strategy, which is mostly what I do with selling puts and selling calls. The wheel strategy tracker that shows your actual. So Robinhood doesn't show your actual cost to own shares. It just shows basically what you bought it at, and then you sold calls and puts on, like what you might have got signed at, and it averages those. But like all the options that you sell and buy and make money on, it doesn't show like what your average cost is like towards those shares. So I have a wheel tracker that basically tells me my actual cost to own those shares. And that's what kind of helps me sometimes if I'm down on position. Like Coinbase, technically I bought it at 230, 225, 85 is what it says. and it's at 190, I'm comfortable selling the call at 220 because I know my actual cost to own is near like 200. So I would technically be earning $20 of share appreciation with all that premium that I've collected. So that's how I kind of keep accurate profits and everything, and what my actual cost of owning these shares really is. Here's my Roth IRA. I do my max contributions for the last 3 years. I suggest everybody does as well. Tax deferred, or tax advantage, I should say. Once you withdraw at 59.5, it's all tax free. One day I'm going up right now. 1 week we're up only 2%. 1 month we're up almost 10%. 3 months we're up 25. Year to date 35. Like I said, my goal is just always beat the S&P. We saw the S&P was around 22% past year, all time. So we're doing pretty good in the Roth as well. The Roth I like SoFi. SoFi is one of my favorite companies. I think will be taking off here within the next year or two. I mean, it's only at $11. They've only been increasing their users and their profits consistently the last at least few quarters that I know of. Their users have been increasing like crazy over the years, so I think it's only a short time until this thing like actually reflects where it should really be. But that's just my opinion, right? Obviously, you might have a different opinion, but I'm selling puts on it. So I sold 14 at the $11 strike price, expiring next week. I did get caught up in these calls. I tried rolling. Again, it's one of those stocks that I had $8.50, back in October. One of those stocks that ran up faster than I anticipated as well. And they had a good earnings report, so then they jumped up even more. Which, I mean, I like SoFi, so I'm wheeling it, and I'm going to keep wheeling it. And then I have Realty Income, ticker symbol O. I sold a call for December. Their premiums aren't very good on this, but it's also because the implied volatility isn't very good. But it's a pretty stable company. They met earnings, I guess, met expectations. So I guess that's not looking good for the stock as it's going down again. But, I mean, I'm more in this because they give monthly dividends, and I'm just going to keep compounding my interest and compounding those dividends to buy more shares. And that's it for my Roth. That's basically the end of the video. If anybody has any questions or comments, please like, share, subscribe, do whatever. And then I will be back hopefully next week to share another update. Thanks. Bye.